we help our partner to learn our language? When we speak a different language from our partner, we either find a third language to communicate or we opt for one of our languages that we have in common. If we speak our partner's language with each other, or one that we have in common, my question is always, does he or she speak also our language? And if not, why not? When one of the languages is English or any other among the so-called most prestigious languages, those who are most spoken, chances are high that we opt for that as a language to communicate with each other. And there's nothing wrong with this. We choose the language that allows us to make sure we can communicate and create connection. But what about the less prestigious language? A dialect, a language that is spoken only by a few people, only in one part of a small country. No matter how much prestige a language has on the global scale, there is another scale that should be much more important, the one of the family. Let's say you are the speaker of a less prestigious language, and it is important for you. Why wouldn't your partner want to learn it? If you have been suppressing your language, I invite you to reintroduce it into your daily life, somehow, starting from now. If your partner doesn't understand or speak your language yet, I can imagine that you feel like you have to hide part of yourself. Maybe you even feel ashamed because of the language or because you have always to use the other language that is requiring quite some effort from you. The reason partners don't learn our languages can be either that there is no need because we speak the other language to such a level of fluency that they don't see the need to learn ours. There is no time, they're way too busy, or it is too difficult. Time seems to be the major issue. We need time to learn a new language, time to overcome what's holding us back. And I think there's another aspect that is often not mentioned when talking about this. The partner might think that they need to learn the other language up to a nearly native level of fluency. If you want your partner to learn your language, I have a few tips. The first tip is set clear language goals. Maybe it's enough to just understand what you're saying. Maybe it's enough that he or she can say simple sentences. We have to give them time. Don't expect miracles. Depending on the fluency you're aiming at, it takes several years to get there, especially if learned on the side and if the language is difficult to learn for your partner for whatever reason. The second tip is help your partner find resources in your language that are appealing. That's to say, on a topic that is most interesting for your partner. Third tip, encourage your partner to speak your language with you, starting with short sentences like thank you, good morning, good evening, I love you, and build up from there. The fourth tip is, if you have young children, let your partner listen to what you say to your children. Let him listen to the nursery rhymes you sing, so he can understand the language, the intonation, and let him listen to you while you read books to and with your children. And if your children are a little bit older already, let them help you teach your language to your partner. There's nothing more powerful than showing mutual respect and admiration for each other's languages through learning them. The fifth tip is praise your partner's progress, one step at a time. I am aware that not everyone learns languages easily, and there are languages that require much more effort and time, but it's so worth to at least know a few words in the other language. I like to compare it to being able to access a house through the door, and not only to peek through a closed window. By learning our language, our partner will also experience facets of ourselves. The way we express ourselves in our language, we speak in another way, use other intonations, other gestures. My husband learned one of my languages because he liked the way I speak it, the way I am when I speak it, and the same for me. I speak his language as I see how he feels much more comfortable speaking his language. With learning each other's languages, we build bridges that are so valuable, not only for us as partners, but also for our children, because they understand that both or all languages are welcome and important and enjoyable. I'd love to know what you think about this topic and what your experience is. Do you speak your partner's language? Is your partner learning your language? What are you looking forward to for when your partner will be able to speak your language? If you like this video, please click subscribe and click the bell to get notified every time that I publish a new video.